Welcome back to Breslov Campus. Insights in the Parsha of the week, Parshat Balak. Rebbe Nachman has a very amazing lesson 36, where he talks the power that a person has to shape the energy coming down from above. Hashem is sending an influx of energy, but your desire brings shape to the format that it comes into your life. You decide how this comes into your life, and it has an influence. And your desire, if it's for real good, will shape the blessing to be positive and to have a development. Or if you're negative and very futile, pessimistic, and very not optimistic, so then the light also comes down in a negative format, and also, believe it or not, leads to damage and damaging effects to happen. So this is hinted to in this week's Parsha, but there was an extra miracle involved. To explain, Bilam, we see in the Parsha, a few times tries to curse the Jewish people, but Hashem controls his mouth. So one of the 3 times that he tried to curse under the direction and request of the King Balak, one of the 3 times that Bilam tried to curse, he says like this: Ki barech lakachti uverech velo ashivana. Hine barech lakachti, I sought to take barech lakach, to take a blessing from above, right? Uberech velo ashivena, and I wanted to change it to something bad. Uberech velo ashivena. But in the end, the blessing came through, and I cannot restore it. In other words, Hashem twisted my tongue and my mouth to say only good. So Rebbe Nachman explains a bit deeper. Barech, the word barech means blessing, blessed, but it's written with a kamatz, the vowel point called kamatz, under the bet. The vowel point kamatz, the literal translation of this vowel point is similar to kamitz ustim, something which is kamutz, closed up and hidden. Meaning, Rebbe Nachman explains that initially, when a blessing comes from above, it comes in like a hidden, unshaped format. It's hidden. It's up to the recipient now, like we said earlier, to bring the changing and development for good, or chas shalom, for the opposite. So now, Bilam was saying, Barech lakachti, I took now the barech, which is the untouched blessing, the bounty coming down from heaven, right? Uberech, and I wanted to shape it. Berech has the vowel points of a tseri, 2 dots leveled next to another, under the bet. The vowel point tseri, Rebbe Nachman teaches, is connected to tsura, to shape, to bring shape. So Bilam, he wanted already so much to curse the Jewish people, to bring them harm. He said, I wanted already from the initial stage of the blessing coming down, where it's with a kamatz, meaning it's closed up, that it should come down already from there in a cursed format. I wanted to shape it to give a tzeri to the bracha, that it should be shaped to a different, negative, bad, cursed format. And here there was a miracle, because Bilam was very powerful. He could have done this because he knew how to get into areas that no one else could get into. That was his secret, to know through his sorcery and witchcraft how to apply and how to get to where there's closed doors to get in and to accomplish something negative. So there was really a miracle here. But what is he saying, Bilam? Uberech velo ashivena, that Hashem saw my intent to take the blessing from its initial format and there already to change it to tseri, to change it to something negative. And Hashem already initially brought down the barech, which is again before shape. Hashem already made it uberech, that it has the shape of a blessing in its shape already coming down. In the initial stage where it should be kamatz, closed off, open for my change, however I want to develop it, Hashem brought the blessing down, already shaped tseri, in the format of a blessing when it came down, so that Bilam couldn't touch the blessing, the bounty. The bounty was already pre-designed, as opposed to Barech in a Kamatz format where it's open to change. It was already pre-formed, pre-changed for positive, Berech. And that's what Bilam said, Uberech velo ashivena, that I can't return it, I can't change it. Lo shivena, I cannot restore it, I can't change it to make it a curse, because Hashem already sent the Barech to come down in the format of Berech, where it has the shape already of blessing. Here, Rebbe Nachman teaches the power of desire. That Bilam was so bad, he wanted to change good to the bad. And he had the ability to do that. And here there was an open miracle that Hashem interceded. And by the way, this is mentioned, Zichor ma she'asa lechem Balak, ma she'yatza lecha Balak. The Prophet says, remember what Balak and Bilam advised against you, and how I saved you from the Eitzah, the bad advice of Balak and Bilam. Because if Hashem would have not interceded, Bilam and Balak could have done harm. But out of Hashem's love for the Jewish people, He exercised unfairness, and where there was free will to guide, Hashem interceded to make that only good would come out. That's the whole message of this parsha, to show how much Hashem loves the Jewish people, that even when a master curser, a master sorcerer like Bilam wants to do harm, Hashem interceded for the love of the Jewish people. But it comes to teach us on a personal level that you determine how Hashem sends the blessing to you and what happens to that blessing. It's up to you to make the shape. Hashem is always sending good, but your attitude and your desire is what shapes it for good or for bad. And we have to daven a lot. Rebbe Nachman teaches, we have to express our yearning for good so much so that it changes, that our good desire and yearning changes and brings that the format of the untouched blessing comes down actually as a blessing and not as a curse. But that is dependent on what? On your tzeri, on your shaping, how you shape the blessing from coming from above, changing the kamatz, which is open for change, it's closed, it's hidden, it has to be developed, then you can come along and make it into a blessing. So this is what we learn from the parsha. We should have the merit to always turn all bounty coming from heaven, that it should only be good, only for blessing, but it's up to us to yearn and desire for this to happen.